Welcome back. Oop, that spiked a little, but welcome back. Ah, we're back at it again with Exodus 27. Yeah, 27. For some reason, I thought we were much higher than that. Sometimes I forget which chapter I'm in. Sometimes I'll actually have to check on my phone, like which chapter am I in. But we're actually on Exodus 27, and I believe Exodus goes only up to 40, chapter 40. So we're more than halfway done with this, which actually is really, for me, it's crazy because a lot of people don't think that the Bible is like a lot of reading. But when you actually have the Bible, the amount of reading in it is, it's something it's something that I can't explain. It's just a lot more reading than I thought. Oh, I just noticed my mouse is right there. Yeah. Sometimes I forget where I have my mouse. Usually I would have it down here, somewhere else. Well, I'm getting distracted here. Let's just get started with the reading. And just from the first verse that I'm already looking at, it looks like we're going to continue on with God's own perfection of the art of the covenant. Well, let's get going. And again, like, share, and subscribe. And let's just keep going on with this. Using acacia wood, construct a square altar 7 feet wide, 7 feet long, and 4 feet high. Make horns for each of its four corners, so the horns and the altar are all one piece. Overlay the altar with bronze. Make ash buckets, shovels, basin meat forks, and fire pans, all of bronze. Make a bronze grating for it and attach 4 bronze rings onto the four corners. Install the grating halfway down the side of the altar under the ledge. For carrying the altar, make poles from acacia wood and overlay them with bronze. Insert the poles through the rings on the two sides of the altar. The altar must be hollow, made from planks. Build it just as you were shown on the mountain. Just as you were shown on the mountain. Yeah. Then make a courtyard for the tabernacle. Enclose the curtains made with fine wool linen. On the south side, make the curtains 150 feet long. They would be upheld by 20, my mistake, 20 poles set securely on 20 bronze bases. Hang the curtains with silver hooks and rings. Make the curtains the same on the north side. 150 feet of curtain held up by 20 posts set securely on Bronze bases. Hang hang the curtains with silver hooks and rings. The curtains with the wet on the west end of the courtyard will be 75 feet long, supported by a tent post set by 10 bases. On the east end of the courtyard, the front will be 75 feet long. The courtyard entrance will be on the east end, flanked by two curtains. The curtain on the right side will be 22 feet long, supported by three posts set into three bases. The curtain on the left side will be 22 feet long, support the three posts in, into three bases. For the entrance of the courtyard, make a curtain that will be 30 feet long. Make it from fine wool linen and decorate it with beautiful embroidered in blue, purple, and scarlet thread. Support it with four posts, each securely, securely set in its own base. All the poles around the courtyard must have silver rings and hooks on bronze bases, so the entire courtyard will be 150 feet long, 75 feet wide, with a curtain wall 77 feet high, made with fine wool linen. The basis for the posts will be made of bronze. All the articles used in the ritual will be of the tabernacle, including the tent pegs used to support the tabernacle, and the courtyard curtains must be made of bronze. Command the people of Israel to bring you pure oil, pressed olives for the light, to keep the lamp burning continually. The lampstand will stand in the tabernacle in front of the inner curtain that shields the Ark of the Covenant. Aaron and his sons must keep the lamp burning in the Lord's presence all night long, all night, all night long. This is a permanent law for the people of Israel, and it must be observed from generation to generation. Call for your brother Aaron and his son Nabah, Abiu, Israel, and Etharam. Set them apart from the rest of the people of Israel, so they may minister to me and be my priests. Make sacred garments for Aaron and all that are all glorious and beautiful, and instruct all instruct all the skilled craftsmen whom I have filled the spirit of wisdom. Have them make garments from Aaron that will be distinguish him from a priest, distinguish him as a priest set apart from my service. These are the garments they are to be made: a chest piece, an abaddon, a robe, a patterned tunic, a, tra- a turban, a sash, a sash. They are made. They are to make these sacred garments for your brother Aaron and his sons to wear when they are serve me as priests. So give them fine linen cloth, gold thread, and purple and blue and purple and scarlet thread. The craftsman must make the ephod of fine wool linen and skillfully embroidered into the gold and with a blue, purple, and scarlet thread. It will it will consist it will consistent of two pieces from the back, joined with the shoulders with two shoulder pieces. The decorative sash will be made from the same materials, fine woven, embroidered with the gold and with the blue, purple, and scarlet thread. Take two onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the tribes of Israel. 6 names will be on each stone, arranged in the order of the births of original sons of Israel. Engrave these names on the two stones on the same way a jeweler engraves a seal. Then mount the stones in settings of gold filigree. Fasten the two stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as a reminder that Aaron represents the people of Israel. Aaron will carry these names on his shoulder as a constant reminder whenever he goes before the Lord. Make the settings of gold filigree, then braid 2 cords of pure gold and attach them onto the filigree settings on the shoulders of the ephod. Then, with great skill and care, make a chess piece to be worn for seeking a decision from God. Make it match and embroider using fine woven linen embroidered with gold and with blue, purple, and scarlet thread. Make the chess piece a single piece of cloth folded to form a pouch 9-inch square. Mount four rows of gemstones on it. The first row will contain a red charlion, a pale green peridot, with an emerald. The second row will contain a turquoise, a blue lapis lazuli, and a white moonstone. The third row will contain an orange jagged, jagieth, and an agate and purple amethyst. The fourth row will contain a blue-green broil, an onyx, and a green jasper. All these stones will be set in gold filigree. Each stone will represent one of the 12 sons of Israel, and the name of the tribe will be engraved on it like a seal. To attach the pieces, excuse me, to attach the chess pieces to the ebom. I don't know how to say that. Forgive me for that. Make braided cords of pure gold and thread. Then make 2 gold rings and attach them to the top corners of the chess piece. Tie the 2 gold cords to the 2 rings of the chess piece. Tie the other ends to the cords to the gold settings on the shoulder pieces of the ephod. Then make 2 more gold rings and attach them inside edges of the chess piece next to the ephod. And make 2 more gold rings and attach them to the front of the ephod below the shoulder piece, just above the knot where the decorative sash is fastened to the ephod. Oh, forgive me, I'm still burpy. Then attach the bottom rings of the chess piece to the rings of the ephod with blue cords. This will hold the chess piece securely to the ephod above the decorative sash. In this way, Aaron will carry the names of the tribes of Israel on a sacred chess piece over his heart when he goes into the holy place. This will be a continual reminder that he represents the people when he comes before the Lord. Insert the Urim and Thummim into the sacred chess pieces, so they will be to carry over Aaron's heart when he goes into the Lord's presence. In this way, Aaron will always carry over his heart the objects used to determine the Lord's will for his people whenever he goes in before the Lord. Make a robe that is worn with the elam from the single piece of blue cloth, with an opening for Aaron's head in the middle of it. Reinforce the opening with a woolen collar so that it would not tear. Make pomegranate out of blue. I think I said pomegranates out of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and attach them to the helm of the row with gold bells between them. Bells? I did not know that. The gold bells and the pomegranates are to the altar all around the helm. Aaron will wear the robe whenever he ministers before the Lord, and the bells will tingle as he goes in and out of the Lord's presence in the holy place. If he wears it, he will not die. Next, make a medallion of pure gold and engrave it like a seal with the words "Holy to the Lord." Attach the medallion to the blue collar from to the front of Aaron's turban. Wearing it must remain. Aaron must wear it on his forehead so he may take it for himself itself any guilt of the people of Israel when he is contrite their sacred offerings. He must always wear it on his forehead so the Lord will accept the people. Weaving Aaron's pattern tunic from fine linen cloth, fashion the turban from this linen as well. Also make a sash and decorate it with colorful embroidery. For Aaron's sons, make tunics, sashes, and special head coverings that are glorious and beautiful. Clothe your brother Aaron and his sons with these garments, and then anoint and reanoint them, constrain them so they can serve as my priests. Also make linen undergarments for them to be worn to their bodies, reaching from their hip of their thigh to their thighs. These must be worn whenever Aaron and his sons enter the tabernacle or approach the altar in the holy place to perform their priestly duties. Then make then they will not incur guilt or die. This will this will be a permanent law for Aaron and all his descendants after him. Oh, that's actually interesting. I just thought a quick little thing. I just thought that God just wanted the altar, the Art of the Covenant built and the tent, but I did not realize it was also with Aaron. And I want to say this, but I might be wrong. So take this with a huge grain of salt. And what I mean by huge, I mean the size of an ocean. I believe Aaron's ancestors lead into John the Baptist, if I'm not mistaken. The same one that the same one that what was it, baptized Jesus? I want to say it is, but at the same time, I might be wrong and like take that with a huge grain of salt. But I did not realize how intricated all this was. Intricated? Let's just continue. I'm over here getting sidetracked again. This is the ceremony you must follow when you construct Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. Take a young bull and two rams with no defects. Then, using choice wheat flour and no yeast, make loaves of bread, thin cakes, mixed with olive oil, and waffler spread with oil. Place them all in a single basket and present them at the entrance of the tabernacle, along with a young bull and two rams. Present Aaron and his sons at the entrance of the tabernacle and wash them with water. Dress Aaron in his priestly garments and the robe worn with the elam itself, and the chest piece. Then wrap the decorative sash of the ephod around him. Place the turban on his head and fasten the sacred medallion to the turban. Then anoint him by pouring the anointing oil over his head. Next, present his sons and dress them in their tunics. Wrap their sashes around their waists of Aaron and his sons, and put their special covering on their head. Then the right, then the right to priesthood will be theirs by law forever. In this way, this will ordain Aaron and his sons. Bring the young bull to the entrance of the tabernacle, where Aaron and his sons will lay their hands on its head. Then slaughter the bull in the Lord's presence at the entrance of the tabernacle. Put some of its blood on the horn of the altar with your fingers, and pour out the rest on the base of the altar. Take all Take all the fat around the internal organs, a long, low lobe of liver, and the two kidneys, and the fat around them, and burn it all on the altar. Then take the rest of the bowl, including its hide, meat, and dung, and burn it outside the camp as a sin offering. Next, Aaron and his sons must lay on the, their hands on their head of one of the rams, then slaughter the ram and splatter the blood against all the sides of the altar. Cut the ram into pieces and wash off the internal organs and the legs. Set them aside set them aside the head and the other pieces of the body. Then burn the entire animal on the altar. This is a burnt offering to the Lord. It is a pleasing aroma, a, a special gift presented to the Lord. Forgive me for that. I keep reading the head for no reason. Now take the other ram and have Aaron and his sons lay their hands on its head, then slaughter it and apply some of its blood to the right earlobe of Aaron and his sons. Also put it on their thumbs of their right hands and the big toes of their right feet. Splatter the rest of the blood against the sides of the altar. Then take all the blood from the altar and some anointed oil and sprinkle it on Aaron and his sons on their garments. In this way, they are they and the garments will be set apart as holy, since this is the ram for the ordinarily ordination of Aaron and his sons. Take the fat from the ram, including the fat of the broiled tail and the fat around the internal organs, the long lobe of the liver, and the two kidneys and the fat around them, along with the right thigh. Then take one around loaf of bread, one thin one thin cake mix with olive oil, and one waffler with from the basket of bread without yeast that was placed in the Lord's presence. Put all these in the hands of Aaron and his sons to be lifted up as a special offering to the Lord. Afterward, Afterward, take the various breads from their hands and burn them all, burn them on the altar along with the burnt offerings. It is such, it is a pleasuring aroma to the Lord, a special gift for him. Then take the breast of Aaron's ordinar, ordinarily anointed ram. I don't know. I literally forgot what to say right there. And lift it up to the Lord's presence as a special offering to Him. Then keep it as your own portion. Set aside the portions of the ordination ram that belong to Aaron and his sons. This includes the breast and the thigh that will be lifted before the Lord as a special offering. In the future, whenever the people of Israel lift the peace offerings, a portion of it must be set aside for Aaron and his descendants. This is a permanent right, and it is a sacred offering from the Israelites to the Lord. Aaron's sacred garments must be preserved for his descendants who succeed him, and they will wear them when they are anointed and ordained. The descendants succeed him as high priest will wear these clothes for 7 days as he ministers in the tabernacle and the holy place. Take the ram, use the ordination ceremony, and boil its meats in the sacred place. Then Aaron and his two sons will eat this meat along with the bread and the basket at the tabernacle entrance. Then alone they must eat the meat and bread used for the purification in the ordination ceremony. No one else may eat them, for these are thighs are set apart in the holy and holy. If anyone of the ordination meat or bread remains until morning, it must be burned. It may not be eaten, for it is holy. This is how you will ordinate Aaron and his sons to their offices, just as I commanded you. The ordination ceremony will go for will go on for 7 days. Each day you must sacrifice a young bull as a sin offering to purify them. Make them make them right with the Lord. Afterward, cleanse the altar by purifying it. Make make it holy and anoint it with oil. Purify the altar and construct it every day for 7 days. After that, the altar will be absolutely holy, and whenever touches it, it will become holy, and whatever it touches, it will become holy. Oh, these are the sacrifices you are to offer regularly on the altar. Each day, offer two lambs that are a year old, one in the morning and the other in the evening. With one of them, offer 2 quarts of choice flour mix and 1 quart of pure oil preserved olives, the pressured olives. Also, offer 1 quart of wine as a liquid offering. Offer the Offer the other lamb in the evening, along with the same offerings of flour and wine in the morning. It will be a pleasant aroma, a special gift presented to the Lord. These burnt offerings are to be made each day from generation to generation. Offer them to the Lord's presence at the tabernacle's entrance. There I will meet you and speak with you. I will meet the people of Israel there in the place made holy by my glorious presence. Yes, I will construct the tabernacle and the altar, and I will construct Aaron and his sons to serve as my priests. Then I will live among the people of Israel and be their God. They will know that I am the Lord their God. I am the one who brought them out of the land of Egypt, so so that I can live among them. I am the Lord. I am the Lord their God. Huh. Man, that took longer because I did not realize I was going to be reading all about that. Now, one of the connections I did make is how God pretty much emphasizes his right hand a lot of the time in the Bible. So, for the people that are pretty much new to the Bible, so in this, he basically says, now the right hand is very common in the Bible. Like God says he'll raise people with his right hand. And then, what was it? I think it was Jacob with um with Joseph's sons, I believe. Yeah, it was Joseph's sons. When Jacob is basically on his deathbed, he's like, "Oh, can you put can you give them the blessings to my children?" And he puts his right hand on the second born, and the firstborn he puts his left hand. And Joseph does not like that because he's like, "Oh, the firstborn is this one, so you should put your right hand on it." And the right hand constantly appears, even right here. it basically said like, oh, once you drain the blood, put it on the right hand, put it on the right thumb on the right hand, and use it to wipe the blood on your earlobes. So for a lot of people, so this is this is kind of what when I when I've been seeing all this, I kind of started thinking about in Revelation where it talks about the false prophet, the beast, and the antichrist, and basically when they want to worship the beast will pretty much force people to put the mark either on their forehead or their right arm. So when I'm thinking about that verse in the Bible and I'm reading like I remember like Revelations a little. So when I'm thinking of Revelation, I'm thinking of the Old Testament, how the right hand is used a lot more. It made me start thinking. I'm like, it makes sense. God uses the right hand to carry us, while we use our right hand to serve. And that also started making me think like most people on earth are right-handed. So all I could just think is just that's all I could just think is God using his right hand to lead us to where we need to go to, while we use our right hand to serve him. But the Antichrist wants to use our right hand to cause curses on God or a curse at God. So to me, that's kind of what it seems like with the right hand constantly being used in the Bible. I know it's not something that is going on in these passages, but for I think 10 from, yeah, almost 10 chapters now, it's mostly God just talking about this. But when I think of the right hand, that's all I'm thinking is that God uses his right hand most of the time to carry you. Actually, even in the photo right here in the thing, you can see that he's using his right hand to hold us while his left carries. That's kind of what I see it. And in most like drawings or like AI stuff that I've been seeing online lately, I've been mainly seeing like God with his right hand being used most of the time to carry people's arms or basically just hold our hand. He uses his right hand while his left does some of the work. And now it's kind of like connecting, even though we're like right here in Exodus and Revelation is like later on. Oh man, yeah, that's all I could just think about is just that right hand, how God uses it to guide us. We use it to serve, and the Antichrist uses it to cause us to get pulled away. So that's kind of I just keep thinking that in my head over and over and over. I don't know why. But other than that, thank you all for watching or hearing. Either one. I'll see you all tomorrow.